everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm really trying to be consistent with vlogs now because October was such a busy month for me and I have an amazing November TBR set, so I really want to have some good vlogs that are actually entertaining, where I'm actually reading a lot. And good news is that I have been reading a lot, and it's only November 6th, so we're not that far into the month, and so far I'm almost done with one book already, which is amazing. I feel like it's always a week or two into the month where I finally finish a book, so I'm very, very glad to be so far in what I'm currently reading, which I will get into. Okay, so the book I'm talking about is Good Girl Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. I started this on the 2nd of November, so on Saturday, and it's currently Wednesday, November 6th, and I'm on page 273, and I'm so close to being done. Actually, I've been flying through this, I've been zooming, I'm obsessed with it. It is so good. The mystery in this has me stumped. In the last book, I kind of figured it out. I could follow the clues pretty easily, and I was still lost. And the plot just definitely got me at the end of that book. Actually, here it is. At the end of this one, the plot just actually got me, even though I was following along. But in this, I'm following, but just barely. I really don't know where it's gonna go, and I'm so confused and I just need answers, and I think it's because there's so many new characters and it's just I'm kind of unfamiliar with it still. I think that's why I'm getting so confused, but I'm loving every second of it. Please read this series. It is phenomenal. Yeah, I'm hopefully gonna finish that tomorrow maybe. I'm not really too sure. And then I'm still reading Dune and Crescent City. I would really like to read more of Crescent City this week and Dune, but I think I should read more of Crescent City because I'm not annotating this one. And I really want to pick back up on this so I don't forget anything, and I'm starting to forget. So I would love to continue some of this, even if it's just a chapter or something every once in a while. That'd be great. I'm not really going to set too many goals for that since it's such a big book. And then if I can read some of Dune, that would be great too. But I think I'm going to prioritize finishing Good Girl Bad Blood, reading more of Crescent City, and then I think after I finish Good Girl Bad Blood, I want to start Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter, because this is a cute young adult romance, and my friend Haley said she read it in one sitting. I think maybe it was one sitting, or maybe she I think she said she stayed up late till 2 a.m. to finish this because she loved it so much, and that just convinces me. I just know I'm gonna love this, so I'm really excited to get to this. And again, I think it's gonna be something I can read pretty quickly, like Good Girl Bad Blood, which would be great because my reading last month was horrendous. I read 2 books and that was just barely. I finished them both at the end of the month. So if I can read 2 at the very beginning, that is amazing. I will be feeling really good. But then I have some exciting news, and that is that I will be doing a buddy read with my friend Haley, who I just mentioned when talking about Better Than the Movies. We're going to be buddy reading The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, and I've been wanting to read this for so long. This is one of my anticipated 5 stars, and I think one of the ones I'd hope to read before 2024 ends. And it's November and I still haven't gotten to it, so I think buddy reading it with her was just the push I needed to actually do it, because I don't think I would have done it if it was just on my own. And I've always been kind of intimidated by this book because I don't even know what this is. Is this fantasy? Is this romance? Is this literary fiction? I really don't know, but I've heard such great things about it, and this author in general. This will be my first book from her. So I'm kind of pumped, and we're gonna set our first checkpoint soon. I need to text her and tell her. But yeah, I'm really excited to start this, and it'll be great to have someone to motivate me as well. Other exciting news is that I have a job interview tomorrow morning, and I'm so nervous. So I'm gonna be praying, I'm gonna be hoping that it goes okay. I think it will, but I don't know, I'm just really nervous. So I'll definitely update you with how it goes. But I think after I do all I need to do, I'll shower, get ready for bed, and then I'll get in bed and hopefully finish Good Girl Bad Blood. I would love to finish it tonight, but I don't know, it's a decent chunk, that little bit. I feel like it's doable, but I'm not gonna make any promises. We'll just have to see. So I did just film some videos, and I'm literally surrounded by books right now. I thought I'd show you me putting them away because it's always fun to watch the time lapses of people messing with their bookshelf, so that's what I'll do. It's kind of late right now, but I thought we could do a little late night chat because I just finished Good Girl Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. Oh my gosh. First of all, it feels so satisfying to have finished a book, and I just feel really accomplished and just happy and glad to have actually finished something in a decent amount of time, especially because last month it took me the whole month to read just one book. So it feels so good to have completed this. I wanted to talk about my thoughts on this because I did really enjoy it. I read it so quickly and I was just so invested with the plot the whole time. As for if I liked this better than the first one, I definitely think I like the first one more still. There's just something about it. I was just so captivated, like even more than this one. Like I was very captivated by this one, but there was just something about the first one. Maybe it's because I was like still really fresh to the story, but I was just so invested with it, and just like all the stuff with Andy and Sal, it was just so layered. And this one was too, but I think the concept of the disappearance was really interesting to me, but I think the way it wrapped up just wasn't what I was expecting, which like is completely fine, but I just didn't really expect it to go that way. I will not say any spoilers, obviously. Like I don't want to ruin it for everybody, but I just feel like, you know, the whole book was spent building up on Jamie's disappearance, and I just thought it would be something a lot, not like darker in a way, but just like different. So I don't think it was bad. Like I think the actual twist and like the way it wrapped up was really good, but I just didn't expect it. And it was just like an interesting choice, I feel like, because it took away a lot from Jamie. Like I feel like the whole book was focused on Jamie's disappearance, and then after some time it was like it's still about him, but like not as much anymore. And I was just so fascinated by like the fact that he just kind of was gone, and then it turns out to be for something completely different. So that, I'm sorry, that makes like no sense, but I just don't want to ruin it for everybody. I don't want to spoil anything because it's just really like a journey. Like you should read it and learn about it yourself. But I don't know, I just feel like it was just so mysterious at the beginning, and when Pip was getting all the clues and like questioning people, it was just so mysterious, and I was just so curious like what could have happened to him. And I just feel like, I guess you could say I feel a little bit underwhelmed, but that's not like a bad thing. Like that doesn't ruin how I feel about it, because I did still really enjoy it. Also, Pip and Robbie are so cute. Oh my gosh, like I was kind of giggling a bit because the way, like, you know, obviously when Pip is dealing with all the, I guess, detective investigative stuff she's doing, she's like constantly stressed out, which I completely understand. And just the way he talks to her is so cute. They're so adorable. And I just love how they communicate with each other. Like they're so honest with each other and really tell like each other how they're feeling, which I really appreciate, because I feel like in adult books or like new adult books with characters that are supposed to be like in their 20s, they can't communicate. But these teenagers communicate better than freaking adults. Like, oh my gosh, it's just so well written. It's so freaking good. Yeah, it was great. I really liked it. As for my rating, I'm not really sure because I gave the first book 5 stars. This one, I think, was definitely 5 stars for the majority of it. Like, I was so in love with it, and I still am. But I don't know, I think by the end I was just kind of caught off guard by how it wrapped up. Like, I think it was still really good, but I think I'm gonna call it at a 4.5 because it's definitely higher than a 4 star for me, because I feel like I rate a lot of books 4 stars if I like really like them, and I feel like this is just a step above really liking, but it's still a bit under, oh my gosh, I'm absolutely obsessed with it. So I would say I like strongly love this book, so I'm gonna put it at a 4.5 stars, which is still great. Like that's still amazing. I also really liked how Pip's character was handled in this, because she has gone through so much with all this, like really just thrown herself headfirst into all this investigative work, and it takes a toll on her. Like, this is not easy stuff she's doing. So it's really interesting to see how her character, she kind of just like is on this roller coaster, and it's so interesting to read about because she kind of just sacrifices um her like mental health and just her sanity in a way. Like, she kind of just goes through it a bunch. So I'm really glad she has that support system of like Ravi, and even though her family disapproves of like her doing the detective stuff, they're still there for her if something goes wrong, which is really good. But like, just having her like mindset change, like by the end I was like, oh my gosh, book 3 is gonna be crazy, because she's like such a different person than she was at the start, obviously, but like so different, especially after the Max stuff. Pisses me off, but you know, so hopefully that will get resolved maybe in the 3rd book. I really want to read the 3rd book soon, but I know I should probably hold off, so we'll get to that eventually. But yeah, Good Girl Bad Blood is done. I'm so happy I finished that. As for what I'm going to start next, I am hoping to make some more progress with Crescent City this next week, but I'm also going to start my buddy read of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue with Haley, my friend. And our first page goal is up to, where is it? We're basically just going to read part 1, which is, I think around, what is it? It's around 87 pages, so about like 90 pages, I'd say, in total. And I think that's a decent starting point. I just hope I enjoy it, and I hope it goes, you know, not like, I hope it's not too difficult to follow. Like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people like this book, but I'm also kind of worried that it's going to be something that I wasn't really expecting. Like, I just don't even know what this is gonna be, but like, I'm excited for it. I'm just really intrigued by it, and I think I will love the writing also. I'm planning to annotate it, so yeah, I'm really excited. I don't know, I'm curious to start this and see how I feel, because I kind of have some higher expectations for it, even though I don't really know much about it. So yeah, I'll definitely update you with the progress I make in this. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go get ready for bed and maybe dig into this a bit if I can. Hey everyone, I'm back with a little update. It's currently Sunday night and I've had such a busy weekend and I haven't read at all, which is really disappointing, but I've had so much going on. So I'm excited to go into this week and just resume with all the reading plans I'd had, because I really thought I would have some time, but Saturday was such a busy day for me, and then Sunday, today, I've just been chilling. I've been so tired and just like taking naps, honestly, which has been great and much needed. But I'm ready to get back into reading because I feel myself kind of dragging a bit, like just with everything. So especially because I had an exam due at the end of last week and it was literally killing me. Like, I was struggling so much. Finally finished it. I got it done. Everything's good. But like, oh my gosh, it was taking the life out of me. So I need something to give me that life back, and I'm ready to read, ready to start a new book. And I will be starting, I think I mentioned this, but I don't remember how much I said. I will be starting The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and my buddy read, our goal is up to page 87, I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, which is part 2. So I just have like this little chunk to read, which is really not that bad. I probably won't read it like all in one go. You know what I mean? Like, I'll probably have to put it down and pick it back up from time to time, but I'm really excited to dig into this because it's one of my predicted like 5 stars, and honestly, I'm just really intimidated by it because I think I'll really enjoy it because I see everyone else enjoying it. It's kind of one of those things where I'm like, I don't know, I'm just nervous about it for whatever reason, and it's been on my shelves for ages. So I'm glad I'm finally, like, not like forced to do it, like I voluntarily did this buddy read with my friend, but I was kind of, like, she suggested it, and I was like, oh my gosh, you're right. Sorry, my cat is doing some stuff in my room. But she suggested it, and I was like, you know what? This is my opportunity, this is my chance, and I feel like it'd be good to hold myself accountable when I have like a friend reading it too. That way we can kind of send each other updates and things we like and just like discuss it. That way I won't feel as intimidated. That's definitely gonna be my newest current read. I still want to make progress with Crescent City and Dune, but it's been hard to find time for that in between school and like the other books I've been reading, like on my November TBR. But I really want to read at least a little bit of that this week if I can, even if it's just one chapter of one of them. But I have been really wanting to start Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter because this is a cute YA romance and I just feel like it'll give me what I want, and I just feel like it'll be really lighthearted. Just a good time, and I'm really needing that right now. I'm not like feeling bad or anything, it's just that kind of part in the school year where we're halfway done. Like I'm literally, this is the last month of school and we're halfway through and I'm so ready to be done. Like I'm done with the schoolwork. I just like, ugh, thinking about it stresses me out because exams are coming and I just know they are and I'm just not ready. And I just don't want them. Like, please go away. So I need to escape a bit. And I'm not saying I can't escape in this, but this is, I feel like, going to be more hard hitting. And this is going to be just like the fun escapism book. So I'm looking forward to this. I also am still reading a book for school right now, so that is definitely priority one, just to like finish that and get it out of the way so then I can get back to my fun reading. Also, I have exciting news, and that is that I got a new job. I'm really excited and really happy, and it'll be a change, definitely a change. I'll have more hours, but that's kind of what I was looking for anyways, is just some more hours. And just a change of pace in general, so I don't think it'll affect my YouTube schedule too much. Not that I really have a schedule in the first place, but I don't think it'll affect anything too much. It'll just be like another adjustment period, like I had with school, you know, I had to adjust to that, and I still don't think I'm fully adjusted, but it's almost over. But yeah, I'll just have to take some time to get used to my new routine once I start that job. But yeah, I'm really excited. It's currently Tuesday, so reading progress has been really slow this week. I don't know why, I've just been so out of it. I think the time change is still messing me up because it gets dark so quick, and so I just get immediately tired and feel really lazy, and I think my camera's crooked. I think that looks a lot better. I don't know if it was crooked, it just seems like it. But yeah, I've just been really lazy this week, and also I'm just trying to enjoy any downtime I get because I know school is about to get chaotic. So I'm just trying to read and just try to enjoy myself, and like my screen time has been really bad recently, but I don't know, my excuse is that it's cold and it's dark. It's like actually freezing in my room. Like I had to pull out the fleece pajamas early this year because, well, I don't know, it's November. I don't know if that's early because it does get cold this time of year, but like I live in the basement now and the floors are like marble, not marble, like concrete, and so it's so cold, and I really wish I had a big rug to cover the rest of my floor. So I'm just like freezing, but I still am weird and have to sleep with the fan every night. So it's really strange. Like, I don't know, I need the fan for airflow, not for temperature, if that makes sense. But I'll just literally be sitting here and I'm like shivering because I'm so cold. So thankfully I have so many blankets, but that's just an excuse to curl up in bed and read. So I do have some exciting news though, and that is that I finally started The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. Although I did not get that far into it because I read it right before class. Like, I was waiting for class to start and I was like, you know what? I'm finally gonna start it. So I read, let's see, I read one page into chapter 1. So, not that far at all, actually. Yeah, like not even like 5 full pages. But I also had like 5 minutes to read, so that's fine. But from what I did read, I really, really enjoyed it. I think the writing is so beautiful so far, and just, oh my gosh, how V.E. Schwab writes like atmospheres and descriptions, and like she makes it feel so real. And I've heard great things about her as an author from people reading her, what's it called, Darkest Shade of Magic series. I've heard people love those, and I would like to read those eventually. So this is my first book by her, but it's just so good so far. So I want to read you this quote. This is kind of what the premise is, I guess. Like, I don't really know much about what this story is going to be about, but I just was like obsessed. I was so drawn in from what I read. So it says 7 freckles, 1 for every love she'd have. That's what Estelle had said when the girl was still young. 1 for every life she'd lead. 1 for every God watching over her. Like, that sounds so cool, and I'm just so intrigued. And then we go like that. It takes place, that section, it says 1714 is the year. And then you go to the first chapter and it says 2014. And I'm so confused. Like, I'm so lost and I'm just ready to learn more about it. However, I don't have the brain power to continue tonight because I am so tired, and like I said, I'm just freezing cold and I just want to cuddle up and have a lighthearted fun book. Like, this is definitely good. Like, this is not me saying, oh, I don't want to read this anymore. I do still really want to read this, but I just want to be cozy and read something light and fun and I don't have to think about. So I'm torn between 2 options. I'm torn between starting Better Than the Movies and Caraval. And I feel like this is the choice I'm leaning towards just because I've been thinking about this so much and I've really wanted to pick this up more than anything else recently. But like fantasy, I tend to also gravitate towards. But I'm also reading 2 fantasies and a sci-fi. So I think I'm gonna sit down with this one because I feel like this is so fast that I can make a lot of progress in this, and then that'll just motivate me to read more. And I feel like this one will be easier to knock off my TBR. Not saying this one won't, but yeah, okay, I've decided I'm gonna stop overthinking it. I'm gonna stop giving myself too many options. And yes, I am definitely reading too many things at once because I'm still reading Crescent City and Dune. I just started Addie LaRue. I'm about to start Better Than the Movies. That's 4 books. And then I have a book that I'm in the middle of for school. It's super short. It's tiny. It's short stories, but I have needed to finish that for this past week and I still haven't. Just because every time I need to read it, I get so tired. So I'm in the middle of that. That makes 5. And then I'm about to start another poetry book for a class. So that makes 6 books. So I'm low-key reading 6 books at a time, which means I shouldn't even be starting this. But I just really want to. I've not shut up about it, so I just really want to. So I'm going to. I'm going to enjoy the reading time I get before finals start, which I'm dreading. So I'm gonna go make a snack, maybe make a hot chocolate, and go sit and read this. And I'm actually so excited. perfect night ever. It's raining outside, it's cold in my room, I'm very cozy. I'm about to go make my fun little evening snack and make my bed into like some type of fort. I saw this reel on Instagram and this person like just made like a little nest for themselves on their bed and it looked so comfy. And I really want to do that and get all cozy. I'm also going to put my little Christmas tree up in my room and then I'm going to continue reading Better Than the Movies. Literally had the perfect night planned. However, I do have to do a quick homework assignment before that, so that's kind of unfortunate. But first I'm going to put up my Christmas tree and get that settled, and then I will give you my updates on Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. So thankfully it was really easy to get my Christmas tree from my closet because all the Christmas decorations in my house are stored in my closet. Like ever since I moved down here, it's been my clothes taking up the majority of the space now, but all the Christmas decorations are like hidden in the back in all their boxes. So it's gonna be a pain to try and get them out. So I'm really glad that at least my tree and like the little decorations I have for my room were kind of easy to get. So I'm going to, hopefully the lights work. I guess I should try those. Yay! I think I really like the colored lights. I think that adds a lot to it. Normally I prefer white lights like on a big tree. I just feel like that looks more like a classic Christmas to me, but I feel like the colored lights look really cool. Although maybe I'll get the other one out and see how the white lights look. Just kidding, that one doesn't have lights on it at all, so the colored lights it is. But yeah, I also have all my ornaments in here, and then I have some cute little like stockings to hang, and then my big stocking, and then this little gnome. So very minimal Christmas decorations. I would like to go get some more if I could, and if I could find some like cute affordable ones, maybe at Home Goods or something. But this is my first time decorating for Christmas in my new room, so it'll be interesting to try and find places for it. Like genuinely I have no idea where I'm going to put this tree because I feel like I don't have a good spot for it anywheres. But I think I might put it next to my desk and like over in that corner if I can like extend the cord enough. We'll just have to see, but let me get started on that. Okay, I think that's a pretty good place for the Christmas tree. It made the most sense with like where the plugs are, like the outlets in my room are. So I kind of like it in its little corner because it's close enough to my bookshelf that like I can still kind of feel like a Christmassy bookshelf moment if I want. As promised, I'm going to give you my update on Better Than the Movies because I'm 90 pages in on chapter 5 and this has been flying by. Oh my gosh, this has gone a lot faster than I had thought. I'm just really just zooming through it, and the plot in this is going so fast. So basically it follows the main character named Liz, and she has this next door neighbor named Wes, and they've kind of always been more of like frenemies. Like they're always teasing each other, always like in competition with each other. They have like a nice little rivalry going on. It's really cute. They're both seniors in high school, so basically the premise is that Liz's childhood crush, Michael, returns to their town. She's absolutely head over heels for him, and she basically constructs this plan in her mind that she's going to get him to fall in love with her in time to go to prom together. Like, that's her goal. That's always been her dream, because she's very obsessed with romantic comedy movies, because ever since she was a kid, her mom had always shown them to her, and she kind of like grew up with them, and they make her feel connected to her mom since her mom has now passed on. So it's really cool to see like how she's always thinking of her mom. I think it's really sweet, and how she kind of like lives her life in such like a hopeless romantic way. Like she's so unapologetically herself, and I really admire that. I wouldn't say like I'm like obsessed with her. I do think she is flawed. I think she's very not I don't think she's very like self-aware in a way, because she's like so in her head about this, because I kind of can already see where it's gonna go, which is like the boy next door trope. Like I can kind of tell that's where it's gonna go. As the reader, I'm like, well, clearly you should be with Wes, but she doesn't know that. So I'm excited to follow her as she experiences things and as she changes. So far the high school setting is really good, and there are a lot of modern references like to businesses or like songs or something, just like a lot of Gen Z stuff, and normally I don't like that. Like I just hate being reminded of the real world when I'm reading, because I'm reading to escape. So normally I don't enjoy that, but honestly it kind of works in this. Like I don't really mind it because it makes it feel more realistic. So that's an interesting aspect too. And there's also a playlist in here, so I haven't listened to the songs yet, but like every time a song is mentioned, I go to look at the playlist and I see what's there. And yeah, so far I'm just really enjoying it, and I am reading it pretty quickly, which is what I had wanted. So I'm gonna continue this tonight after I have my snack and make my like bed for or whatever I'm gonna do. Honestly, I don't even know if it'll work. I just want to try it and be comfy. Yeah, I'm really glad to have started this. I am still in like a fantasy mood, so I don't really want to set any goals for myself, because I don't even know anymore. Like I am so all over the place with reading 7 books at once. I think I'm only talking about a couple of them, but technically I am reading 7 books at once, which is absolutely chaotic. Okay, I temporarily changed the color of the lights just because it was kind of making my head hurt a bit, and also I need to see to do this fort thing. So in the reel, it was like they had a bunch of pillows and they kind of made like a circle, like that like little nest shape, and then they put like blankets on top of it for like extra padding, I guess. And then it was kind of like, you know, the rim was the pillows, and then you could get inside and like curl up and stuff. So I don't really know if I'll like keep it this way. Like I kind of just want to try it and see how it works, because I'm really tall, so I don't even know if like I'll be able to comfortably fit. So we'll just have to see. But yeah, I got 2 spare pillows, and then I have 4 up here, so let's arrange it and see how it goes. Okay, it's done. ergonomically, this is not going to be the most comfy thing ever, but it looks really cool. So I've got my little nest here. I forgot I had this big like soft blanket that fully covered it, so I was able to like tuck all the pillows in, and then I lined up all my friends along the edge, and then I have like my nice reading pillow here. So yeah, I don't really know if I'll sleep in it, but like it's just so cozy and it's a perfect rainy night. And I've even got my Christmas candle going. So it's just gonna be a nice cozy night to read. And I'm really excited. It'll be really hard to get out of this. I'll just put it that way. Okay, hey everybody, I'm back with an update, and I'm excited to say that I just finished Better Than the Movies, as you saw me reading in bed, finishing this. It was so good, and honestly, I'm so glad I read this when I did. It was just such a perfect comfort read, and just such like a lighthearted book, exactly what I was looking for, basically, when I started it. Like, this is everything I could have wanted and more. I think the writing was super easy to get through, and also just like a lot of fun. Like, most of the time I hate when books reference things in the real world, just because I feel like it's too much reality. Like, I'm trying to read for escapism and not be reminded of real life, but I actually didn't mind because it made the characters seem more real and relatable, and it was just so fun. And also, I loved how the relationship of Liz and Wes progressed. It was really cute, and I thought the pacing was good. Obviously, in like a 350-page book, there's only so much time you have to like build up the tension and then, you know, make things happen, but I think it was really well done. I don't feel like it was wrapped up too quickly. I feel like it could have been drawn out like a bit more maybe, but there is a second book now. It's nothing like the movies, so I definitely want to pick that up at some point. I don't know when, but yeah, I definitely want to get to that because I really enjoyed this. Only critique I have, but this doesn't really like affect my rating or anything or how I feel, I still love it, is that Liz definitely did annoy me at some parts. Not like super bad, like she's still a great character and definitely a favorite character. She's so like unique and just unapologetically herself, so I really enjoyed reading about her and like getting to know her thoughts. It was so much fun, but she was very clueless sometimes, and I know that is for the sake of the story, but I almost wish it wasn't. Like, maybe it's just because I'm like hyper self-aware all the time and that's just like my type A personality, but like I feel like some of the things that she missed and that she wasn't paying attention to, she definitely could have paid attention to. So I understand that like it was just for plot's sake, but I don't think it should have been, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like she could have caught on to certain things. I'm not going to say specific things because of spoilers, but I just feel like when all the stuff with Michael and just all the, I guess, hints that Wes was giving. I was like, how can she not know? Like, how is that going over her head? But I guess you could blame on the fact that she was so, like, love struck and everything. But yeah, I also loved the inclusion of all the rom-coms, and it really makes me want to watch all of the ones that were listed in here because I haven't seen that many. Like, obviously the Dirty Dancing pose is on the cover. That's the only one I've seen. And like most of the ones they mentioned a lot, like Bridget Jones, I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen You've Got Mail. So I definitely want to like do my research and like, you know, turn into Liz. But yeah, I just enjoyed the high school setting. It didn't really feel too young. It almost felt like too real, like too realistic. It reminded me of my senior year, especially the talk about like, oh my gosh, it's your last this, it's your last prom, it's like, you know, all the stuff you can't miss out on because you're a senior and like all the activities and just the pressure that comes with that. I thought that was really well written and conveyed really nicely because that's exactly how I felt during senior year. I think it was really well done. And just how like the friendships came along and also the relationship that Liz had with her stepmom was so cute. I love how that progressed and just how she kind of changed and grew as a character. I just really, really liked it. I am a bit conflicted on my rating though because I wouldn't say like, I don't know, it didn't give me fully 5-star feelings, but like I really didn't have that many complaints about it. Like it was really good. I really enjoyed it. But like I don't know if it's like a 5-star. And I don't think it's a 4-star either. I think it's somewhere in between. I just don't know where because normally I try not to give half-star ratings if I can help it because I feel like, I don't know, like I feel like I might as well just round up or round down, you know what I mean? But for some books, like with Good Girl Bad Blood that I just read, I gave that a 4.5 because it didn't feel like a 4 and it didn't feel like a 5 like the first one did. But with this, I'm like, I don't even feel like it deserves a 4.5, but I also don't like doing 4.75s or 4.25s, but I feel like to be that specific with the way my brain works, I feel like I need to start doing that. And also, it doesn't really matter if it doesn't make sense to anyone else. It's about how I feel about it. So I think, okay, I think I'm gonna give this a 4.75. The only reason I'm not giving a 5-star is because I didn't get that specific, like, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed feeling, but I loved like every single thing about this. Like, don't get me wrong, it was just that little thing that was missing for me, at least right now. Who knows? I might change my rating. No promises, but yeah, we're gonna go 4.75. Anyways, after that long, hefty review, I wanted to chat about the book festival I went to because you probably have seen some clips. On Saturday, I went to the Cincinnati Book Festival. I forget what it's called, Books by the Banks, I think, and it was my first ever book festival, and it was so much fun. I had a wonderful time, and it was just like a really cool experience just to like see all the authors together. And then we also went to a bunch of the panels that they had where the authors would like chat about their books and things and were asked questions. It was really like small, but it was really, really cool. So one of the big authors that was there was Nita Prose, who wrote The Maid, which I think I'd heard of it, but like not that much. So it was cool to see her talk about the book, and it definitely made me want to read it. And I went with my mom, my grandma, and my mom's friend. And so my grandma ended up buying the 2 books that Nita Prose has written so far, and she was like, I'll read them and then you can read them. And I was like, that sounds good. So we're gonna do our little book club or buddy read thing with that. That's really exciting. And then I also got this other book called The Half King, but my grandma's actually giving that to me as a Christmas present. So I do not have that physical copy, but it was the most beautiful book ever. Like, I promise when I get it for Christmas and I do a book haul, you're gonna see how beautiful it is because it was, oh my gosh, it was so cool. And I definitely wanted to get more books while I was there, but I tried to control myself because I knew that with the holidays coming up, I know I'm gonna ask, like I have already asked people for books for Christmas, so I feel like I shouldn't buy any, and also I'm trying to save money for people's Christmas gifts so I can buy them gifts, and also I'm going on a cruise, so I really need to be kind of stingy with my money now. But I did get one other book I want to talk about. So this book is quite different from what I normally read and what I normally talk about in my videos, but basically it was just a really cool experience. I had seen that this author was going to be there, and it's a non-fiction book, but it's about Germans and like German culture and immigration into Cincinnati. It's really cool to see how like the German culture has influenced places like that. And obviously, since I'm a German student and I'm learning the language, I was like, this would be really cool. So I attempted to speak with this author in German, but all the words in my mind left my brain. So that didn't go too well, but he was so kind, he was so nice. I'll put a picture. He was so sweet, and I did get his book called Cincinnati's Germans Before World War One by Don Heinrich Toltzmann. And yeah, it was just super cool. He even like signed it for me, which was sweet. I don't normally read like nonfiction stuff like this, but I feel like it'll be interesting because it's something I am already interested and I care about a lot and is like relevant to me. But also I feel like the format is quite interesting because it has different sections based on like, and like the chapters are a different topic. So I'm like, whenever I want to, I can just read a quick chapter about religious life or like causes of German immigration or just like things like that. Like I just thought it was interesting to learn more about German history, at least this specific aspect of German history. So yeah, it's just really cool. I was just really excited. I feel kind of all over the place right now because it's the last full week of the semester. Oh my gosh, and November is such a crazy month for school and just like everything, so my brain is like in chaos mode. So I'm really glad to have just finished another book because honestly I don't see myself, I don't know, I don't see myself finishing another at least leisure book in November. The school books I have to finish this month because the semester ends, but like other fun books I'm reading I don't see myself finishing anymore. Never say never, but I really, realistically, I don't, especially because I start my new job soon and that's going to be a really different schedule for me. So like for the last little bit of school, I'm going to be working 2 jobs as I phase out from my current one and start my new one. So that's going to be chaotic. And then I have a bunch of schoolwork to catch up on, and finals are coming up and Thanksgiving and the holidays, and oh my gosh, it's just a lot on my plate. So I'm happy to have finished 2 books this month so far. That's really good, and I'm just feeling good, and I'm really excited for winter break so I can read as much as I want. And yeah, I'm just really excited. Also, I'm starting to want to formulate like a writing schedule because I am writing books. Like I have so many book ideas, specifically 2 main book ideas. I've had them forever, and like I have some aspects of a draft for each of them, but like I haven't really just sat down and told myself to shut up and just write a first draft. But I had made it a goal to have a first draft of a book, any book, doesn't matter how good it is at all or how well thought out, that's for later drafts, but just a plain horrible first draft by my 21st birthday, and that is in a couple months. So I asked ChatGPT to give me a writing plan, and it seems pretty reasonable, so I just need to like get in the zone and actually organize so that I can stay consistent with that. So that is also something that I am adding to my plate that is not really gonna make my life any easier, but it's something I love and I want to do, and I will share an update as I go on. So if you want to see more writing updates or anything, like have any ideas or like maybe specific videos you want to see, let me know, because I think it'd be fun to do like a writing vlog or something, because that will hold me accountable and like make me responsible for actually doing it. So yeah. Anyways, I've been talking a lot, but that is all I have for this vlog. I'm really excited to film more reading vlogs soon. I honestly don't think I'll have another vlog up until December, just because, like I said, it's going to be a really busy couple weeks for me, but I'll have some videos up. I have some pre-filmed, and yeah, I'm excited for the next couple months. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know your thoughts on Better Than the Movies or Good Girl Bad Blood if you've read them. I'd love to talk about it. And yeah, just comment something fun if you want. Anyways, I'll see you next time. Bye!